Good afternoon, everyone. And oh my goodness, Happy New Year. We are in 2025. Is this exciting times for each one of us? We are so blessed to be here, guys. I'm telling you what, Steve and Gina Merritt coming to you from West Palm Beach, Florida. What a beautiful day. What a beautiful time. And we are so blessed and honored to be on here. Guys, I'm telling you, there is like 8 to 9, I think it's 9 couples counting Steve and I. Let me tell you what, they had obstacles.
Yeah.
They had family stuff. They've got toddlers. But no, these guys do not stop. They are pushed through and they are here to shine and help you rise up in 2025. So you better get your notebook out. You better get your pen out. I'm telling you what, they are speakers at the Rise Up Convention, and they are here to give you a golden nugget for 2025.
Happy New Year, everybody. We're excited to kick off the first Saturday of the new year with every single one of you that's on here. Get your team on. If they're not on, send a quick text. Tell your friends to get on because this is going to be the biggest year LifeWave has ever seen. So our goal is to get everybody who wants to.
Yes.
I'm sure if you're on here, you are one of those that want to get your head in the game and make this happen for your family in 2025. And I'm telling you, the people that are focused, zoned in, plugged into the system are making this happen. And that's who you're going to hear from today as we set a strategy for for you to win in a big way in 2025. So before we get started, we got a couple things to share. Want to just pop on the screen if it'll allow me to share here. Let me see here if I can pull this up. Bam. We had a few difficulties for at the minute, but we got it pulled off here. Again, all of these couples are on their game.
Yes.
They're moving through the ranks. They're moving up the numbers as far as the top brand partners in all of LifeWave in such a very short period of time. The number one team in the entire company in only 28 months. And because LifeWave is the number one momentum company in the entire world of networking, which we heard from David, who was told by Network Marketing News a little early, then he let the cat out of the bag already from Stuart Johnson. That means that our team that you're going to be learning from today is the number one fastest growing team in all of network marketing. These are the leaders. Couple things that are coming up. Rise up. Make sure that you've got your tickets. Make sure if you were going to ask me what's the most important thing ever in this industry is to be at this event and have people there. Now, I would say be at any of the big team events and have your people there. This is the next one. If you're brand new, you have a blessing because this could be, you could be on this on the 13th, on January 13th, and then you wouldn't have the opportunity
That's right.
to participate. What I love about these events is that a virtual event, everyone can get on because you don't need to get a hotel room, an airline ticket. You just get your ticket, you're going, and it's go time.
The countdown.
Take a picture of this so that this is for the people that are going to be watching online. So you got a photo of what the schedule is going to be like for Eastern time. Again, wherever you live, you'll have to adapt. But Eastern time schedule for those that are watching online virtually, wanted to make sure you get a snapshot of that. Okay. Hope I didn't go too fast. I'll bring it back up in a minute. But here is a snapshot for everyone that's going to be attending live at the event. Now, your emails should have gotten to you so that you did see which hotel you're at and the schedule, anyone attending. Those of you virtually, you should have an email that comes out. If it didn't, no problem. My family runs this. This isn't like an event team. I have one friend of mine that's a pastor, and he's helping me run the events. So we aren't like some events team. We're doing the best we can, but we know one thing. The reason why LifeWave is exploding through the This Is It team is because we understand the power of promoting event to event, quality, high level events that allow you to look amazing for your newest person that gets in your business. They see what kind of quality and how serious we are. So that is what we're doing our best to offer everybody on our team. But again, it's my kids, my wife, myself, and my family. And a pastor.
But come on, we do it all exceptional. Yes.
I wanted to put this on here because we already had this event, but I'm telling everyone that that is speaking at This Is It. So if you're speaking, I'm telling you right now, and everyone else, this should be your homework today sometime today to re-listen to the replay, and it's on YouTube of Carrie Robertson last week or 2 weeks ago, right before the holiday. It was off the chart. This is how professional everyone is going to be at This Is It convention and Rise Up. So I want to make sure that everyone does their homework. All of you listen to her again because she did a phenomenal job laying out what you need to know. Everybody can go to SPD by watching this one training of Carrie Robertson. All right. Coming up, we've got meetings coming up on Monday. It's going to be a doubleheader. The Barbells are pulling out all the stops. It's going to be wild. There's some of the speakers that are going to be at the convention. Brooke Robinson is going to be doing Wednesday. After that, after you get all your people on these, and I hope you're taking advantage of these Zoom events, because we're pouring out our hearts. We're taking our time to be there ready for you. So I encourage you to take advantage of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. And plug into all these. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Right now, we're just excited. Hold on, stop the share. We're just excited to be sharing all these speakers that are going to be sharing with you today. But the key is, it's new year. It's your year. I pray that you decide to claim the dreams that you got for your family starting right now. When Gene and I started, and when almost every one of these leaders that have started, we all were praying and hoping with no proof of what we were about to do was going to happen. But now we've got proof that it is happening, and we don't want anyone left behind. That's why we're all so serious about what we are talking about. So we can't wait to launch the very first speaker. She's moved up through the ranks very quickly. Her and her husband got little kids. They're amazing, incredible people, and they're literally crushing this business. You want to hear what they are doing.
Everybody on for a quick photo.
We're going to bring everybody on right now. I'm on all the speakers. It's going to be
We're going to highlight you guys.
Elite SPD, Kendall Weldon.
A photo.
Elite SPD, Matt and Kim Curtis. Presidential Senior SPD is Todd and Shannon Barville, good friends of ours. Elite SPD, Ken and Lynn Robinson. Elite SPD, Kyle and Joey Kimbrough. Elite SPD, Javi and Olga Solis. Elite SPDs, Danny and Diane McDaniel. And Elite SPDs, Mike and Sai Hernandez. Hopefully we can put us all on the screen together so we can get a photo. Nate, can you get us so we're all as big as possible? Remove my pin. Maybe there we go. All right.
Yeah.
So guys, everybody give a big smile. Good to see you all. Hey, Happy New Year.
Hey guys.
All my friends everywhere.
Love you guys. So proud of each one of you.
You know what? I'm so grateful for every single one of you to not only be business partners, but be friends.
Okay, smile.
Smile.
Thank you, Nate. All right.
Okay. We're going to get rocking and rolling.
It's showtime. It's showtime, baby.
But I want everyone to know these are not just business partners. They're friends. They believe in every single one of you. They want what's best for every single person that's on here in your family. Even if we don't know you, we know that you want something more for your family. That's why you're on here. And we're going to do everything we can. Now, guys, none of us are perfect. We're just real people. We're trying to do the best we can. But we know one thing, that we got a passion to help our friends win and succeed. And we're not going to let you down. So we're looking forward to hearing from everybody today in the new year, and to get everybody started on a fast track to get their new year rocking and rolling. So without further ado, we're going to first start with our friend, brand new Elite SPD, Kendall from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Kendall Weldon. Go ahead, Kendall.
Hey, how are you guys?
Excellent.
Here, hi.
Wow.
All right. So yeah, I'm in the car, but I'm here. I made it. We just left a wrestling tournament. So I'm so pumped up for 2020, you guys. I feel like we have a fresh new start to a whole new year, and so many events happening and so many things just going on in our businesses that we should be so excited, right? And we should all have goals for our business. But one thing I want to tell you, and what I've been telling my team, for these last few days, since now we're in 2025, is you can't just have a goal, you guys. You have to have a plan to go with your goal. And that's the most important part, is those income producing activities that you're doing every single day for your business to get to your goals. So I really want to encourage you guys to just focus on those daily activities, right? It's just like when you're chopping down a tree. You don't just hit it once and it falls down. You have to keep chopping away at it. And it's the same thing in this business. And you know, our business is built from events to events, right? Event to event. That's how your business is built. I've been in this industry for over, 13 years. And I've seen a lot of success in this industry, and I do not miss an event. Okay, whether it's virtual or in person, wherever, whatever, I'm at that event and I am showing up because my team is watching every single thing that I do in my business. So if I'm saying, hey, register for an event and I'm not registered, what does that say about my character? What does that say about my leadership? So I know that I cannot miss events. You have to lead by example. So you guys, this Rise Up event, the lineup of speakers, you are truly getting millions of dollars of training in my opinion. Okay, millions of dollars worth of training for almost nothing. Okay, like he said, you don't have to get your airline ticket, you don't have to get your hotel ticket. You sit in the comfort of your home with your team and watch this virtually. Okay, so this is a really big deal. You guys don't want to miss this. I don't know what else to say.
Kendall, amazing. And I mean, you're such a fantastic leader. You're always the first to get us your presentations. You're the first to get us everything that you need. And by the way, a lot of things that are going to be implemented at Rise Up. We spent a lot of time with all these leaders on all the free trips that we go on. And I won't forget, Gina and I spent a great time with Tyler and Kendall at the
disco.
At the disco. But before that, we had a great dinner and we had a great bunch of information of what we need. We want to hear from our leaders set up this whole event. They tell us what everybody needs because we don't want anyone leaving without having everything they possibly need to win and succeed. And again, she's basically saying the same thing that I said, that the most important thing you could do to get yourself duplicated is to get to these big events. That's
Absolutely.
coming up in January.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Kendall. Appreciate you.
Thank
Can't wait
so
to see
much.
you coming up in a few days. We're going to see you in Vegas.
Oh, I pray your kids win. So our next speaker, we are so excited. We've been friends with these guys for so long. Help me welcome Elite Presidential Directors, Matt and Kim Curtis. Take it away.
We know.
Hey, here we go. There we are. How are you doing? Fired up.
So fired up about Vegas. And I'll tell you from experience, we know the person who has the most people on the virtual event will be the winners. And what is in it for you as a team? You are going to achieve valuable skills to grow your business. You're going to gain more knowledge. You're going to build confidence. You're going to gain personal development, stay ahead of the curve. Put your team on a fast track. In 2025, we're going to win, win, win. Be the best promoter. It's never too late.
Come on, we're fired up. Steve and Gina Merritt pulling out all the stops. We've been talking with these guys, working through all the holidays, fired up. And guys, 2025 is going to be your year. Steve and Gina want to give us a tip, give you guys a tip to kind of get you started off with the new year. This is something that Kim and I did on literally January 1st. We rolled over everybody that was still on the follow-up list from 2024, moved them on to 2025. We started adding the people that we patched over the holidays because we patched all kinds of people, friends and family that I haven't seen in literally some over 20 years. And it was just so exciting to be able to do that and get them excited. And they're all getting in the business because we don't ask people. We tell them, you've got to wear these patches with us. They're going to change your life. So, hey, my tip is what worked for Kim and I from the very first day. Basically not the first day, but within a few days, we were like 1, 2, 3, 4 patch wonders, totally off the chart. We felt incredible, felt like kids again. Anything we had going on in our body was kind of leaving our body. So I got on the phone and we made a list of everybody you know. Put your closest friends and family on top. Don't let them miss the opportunity for better health and better wealth. We've been talking about the same thing for years, but get excited and slap an app on your lap, pick up the pen, and have an expectancy. So when you call your friends and family and tell your story. When you tell them what this patch has done for you and what it's doing for you, and hey, we sponsored 27 people in the first 7 days by just getting on the phone with the app on our lap and tell them you've got to wear these patches. They're going to change your life. Now, we didn't call that many networkers. We called a handful of networkers. We called mostly friends and family because we wanted to put them in a position to win. And we put everybody just blew out one side right away because we knew what the patch was going to do. And that's what it did. We don't ask people, like I said, we don't say, hey, do you want to do this? They say, we have got to get these patches to you. They're going to change your life. It only takes 3 to 5 days to get it. It's only $3.30 a day to get them. So you got to wear these patches with me. They're going to change your life. And I start with my first name. I just say, hey, let's just get in there and start filling it out. If a lot of times I got your email, I got your phone number, I got your application already filled out because I intend to get off the phone within 15 minutes, even with the small talk, with their information and the patches coming their way. So guys, that's our tip. That worked for us 28 months ago, and it's working for our team. It's working for everybody out there that just know that you couldn't do a better thing for them than to get the application filled out. So with that, guys, can't wait to see you guys at Rise Up. We're so excited to hear the rest of the speakers today. Hey, God bless you guys. Have a great day.
Yeah, win, win, win.
We're so excited.
Hold on. Here you go. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, I'm ready. Guys, hey, our next speaker, we are so excited, guys. Senior Presidential Directors, Todd and Shannon Varbell. Take it away, baby.
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Whoop, whoop.
So our tip going into today is really, we've been anticipating 2025 for so long. How long have we been saying the new year is going to be amazing? Well, we're here, right? Mm-hmm. So this is the year to challenge your fear.
Write that down.
Write it down. The year to challenge your fear. And so, guys, we know what's coming, right? We know what's coming. This is an absolute tidal wave about to hit. And we have the most prolific product right now in our hands, and then we have more coming. But man, what we have already with the X39 is just so powerful. So 2025 is going to be the most explosive year yet in the entire history of the company. As long as you make the decision to get out of your comfort zone and get busy.
Yeah. So, so many times we're in the ring, we're fighting for our purpose, but a lot of times it's you versus you. We're in there, we're fighting, but we're fighting against ourselves. So when we're thinking about our fears, we want to ask you today, write this down. What is holding me back? And we want you to reflect on that. What are you speaking to yourself? Because as the Bible says, life and death is found in the power of the tongue. We also want you to write this down. What are you afraid of? What's holding you back? A lot of times, is it the fear of failure? Is it the fear of rejection? The fear of what other people are going to think? Sometimes it's the fear of success. We want you to meditate on that, call it out, write it down, recognize it, and flip the script. So instead of saying, gosh, I'm afraid I've got this person and I know they could get help by this, but I'm afraid to reach out. Okay, you start telling yourself, I am successful. I don't fail. I learn. I will change lives. I am courageous. I am bold. And we want to challenge you today to write down those people that you're thinking about, that you've been afraid to reach out to. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mel Robbins calls this the power of everyday courage. Will you commit in 2025 to be courageous every day? Imagine this. We've got David Schmidt on one shoulder. We got the Merritts on the other shoulder. There's nobody that's going to stop us.
Wow. So powerful, guys. Here's the deal. Shannon was just talking about fear. And we know that courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. And you need to let your fear fuel you. Okay. I know for me, I always said, I didn't need motivation. I just had to look at my empty bank account, and that got me motivated to reach out to people. But guys, it is time. It is time. Again, we are, 2025 is now here, and it's time to take massive action. We know that any problem you have, massive action solves all problems. Okay. There's too many lives out there that need changed, both physically and financially. Okay. So will you get out of your own way, like Shannon was saying, and just absolutely make that quality decision to get this done? And that's really what it comes down to. Ripping off the Band-Aid. You can rip off the Band-Aid, or I should say you can take off the patch one of two ways, right? Slow and painfully, or you just rip it off and get it done. And that's how you have to proceed with this business. So we know 2025 is going to be the most explosive year ever in the world of LifeWave. So you have to believe it, and it's time to get busy. Look, next weekend, we have Rise Up, right? Rise Up is now upon us. Do you have your ticket? You might be watching this today and going, what's this Rise Up thing? Maybe I need to start paying attention to that. And but it's here. Do you have your ticket? Are you leading from the front, guys? Because champions show up. That's one thing we know. Champions flat out show up. And the most committed, the least distracted will win, period. Okay. But so what are you willing to block out? Are you willing to turn off the TV for a year? I remember saying that in the past. Like, that's really kind of what we did. Okay. To become successful. We just blocked out everything and we focused on one thing. Okay. But leaders, they find a way. Leaders find a way and they show up, plain and simple. And the best way to get your team somewhere is for you to be there already, guys. Trainings and events, these things are non-negotiable. I think sometimes, people hear and see events coming up and they go, even people on this right now, wow, that was really good training. And then, you negotiate or you rationalize whether or not you're going to get your ticket or not. Okay. And someone once said, to rationalize is to tell rational lies to yourself. So pull out all the stops, guys. Again, these events are non-negotiables if you want to take this to the next level, if you want to treat this like a business and not just like a hobby. So we will see you all next weekend at Rise Up. So back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Varvels. They're going to be speaking on Monday night. They're taking the time from their team, from their family, and pouring out their guts and their heart on the Monday night doubleheader. So it's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern time and 10 o'clock Eastern time. They're going to throw a little training for our Monday motivational message as well in between after the 8 o'clock session, opportunity meeting. These are opportunity meetings for you to put your new guests on. So if you're new tonight, did you hear their heart? I mean, Shannon is on fire, okay? Todd is as well, but Todd is because Shannon is. All I'm saying is that I know it from experience, but point is that they are going to do everything they can do to help your newest person, and you can leverage these leaders with these Zooms. That's what you should be doing to make this happen. So I can't wait to hear them. I can't wait to have my new guests on, and I know they're going to be fired up. So it's exciting times. So who do we got next?
So, hey, we are going to jump a little bit, and we are going to bring on Kyle and Joey Kimbrough.
Yeah.
Elite senior presidential directors. And thank you. We know you guys are at an event with your kiddos, but you are amazing for being on here. Thank you for being a light and blessing people.
Oh, y'all are so kind. Thank you for putting this on. We're at the cheer competition, the big cheer. So here we go. Hey, listen, first, honored. I mean, I take so many nuggets away every time anyone on this team speaks. Y'all are some of the most gifted speakers I've ever heard. But here's what I would tell you for 2025. I think that we work best when we're obsessed. And I think a lot of us are too casual about most things in life. See, sometimes we get in a dire situation where we're obsessed because we have to have something happen in our life in order to get an outcome that we need, whatever it may be. Maybe a kid gets sick and we get obsessed with figuring out how to get them healthy. Or maybe our finances, right? And this is kind of where we are here today. A lot of people in this business, your finances aren't where they want to be and you get obsessed about changing them. Guys, if you're not obsessed, you're never going to work your best. Okay? What happens is you become casual, and when you're casual, we always say you become a casualty of this business. So if you're going to treat this business like it's just a casual little hobby, guys, it's going to pay you like a hobby, which hobbies don't pay us anything, right? I mean, we're at a cheer competition. I would say this is a hobby, and it's costing us too much money to be here, right? Like, this is a hobby. This is a business. You got to treat this like a business. You have to be obsessed about it. You have to go all in. The most certain person in every conversation that you have in 2025 will influence the less certain. And so when Joe and I get in front of somebody, whether it's in person or on a Zoom or on a call or whatever it is, I promise you, you will not find more certain people about this patch, number one, right? The product we have and how it's healing people or how it's causing their own bodies to heal, right? And then also the financial side of this. Like you cannot find a better opportunity. So we're a little bit obsessed about it.
Yeah. Okay. My practical, I was like, what is like, just a lot of times things get so overcomplicated. I'm like, here's a really practical tip that I've seen it work for us. I've seen it work for so many different people, is wearing the patch where it's visible. You know, stop wearing it where it's under your clothes. Put it on your arm, and people start asking all of a sudden what it's about. And it is so simple. The fact that this patch works, people are asking, and you can share it with them in 30 seconds what it does. And then they start wearing it and they become obsessed with it. And then they're telling their friends and family. And so without getting anything over complicated, wear the patch where people can see it so that they're asking about it, and you can share the goodness of this product, because we know if they get the product on them and they love it and it works, they're going to start sharing with other people. And then that gives people opportunity to make money. We were just with a couple that we had never met before that's on our team last night at dinner, and they were saying the same thing. They're like, I just can't help but talk about this with everybody because of what it's done for them. And so just don't overcomplicate it. That's what I would say.
That's how our gym blew up. Everyone started wearing patches where everyone could see them. And now everyone that walks into our little local gym, everyone's got a patch on the moment they walk in. Right?
You smiled. Yeah. The patch on the floor the other day, and I was like, yes.
Thank you, guys. Love y'all.
Go.
Thank you so much for taking your time, guys. What a blessing. And I love cheering because that's probably one of my gifts. I'm a cheerleader. Let's go, baby. But congratulations. Thanks, guys. We're proud of you. You have little kids. I know that you and Kendall both have little kids, your families, and you didn't use that as a reason to go slow or even to just like, you know, not have it happen. You made it a priority. And I'm so proud of both of you because I built with little kids and I built with no kids in my home. I miss the little fingerprints, but you guys are a blessing. And I'm telling you what, we are just getting started in 2025. I love those tips and I love seeing the patches on the ground.
Yeah. I love the fact when Joe said, you know, wear it where people see it, because a lot of times, kind of going back to what Varvos was saying, people live in fear. This is like one of the only, I think, this wearable device where people can see it and it's not non-threatening because they see us wearing it. What happens is that they ask you, and that takes, you know, you don't have a chance now. They've already said to you, what is that? So now you have to say something versus you're wondering, should I say it? Shouldn't I say it? Start putting it where people see it, and people are going to start talking about it. And again, if you keep talking to people and just opening up your mouth like Joey's saying, you're going to see the results. Right. You can't mess having people get excited about it if you just open them up.
Overcomplicate it.
And you can't say the wrong thing to the right people. People are looking more than ever. It's a perfect time. So thank you guys for sharing incredible information on getting obsessed. I mean, I kind of might not talk about that because that's my go-Joe, because the way you become a world champion is you got to be obsessed. That's so right. It's already in me. So I love that Kyle reminds us that, hey, look at Steve, you must have been obsessed to get this to where you want to be. And yes, we were, but not in a weird way. Look at, they're at their cheerleading competition. We're obsessed about staying consistent.
Yeah,
what needs to be done with these daily habits that everybody's talking about.
Good. So hey guys, our next speaker, we are so excited. These guys are good friends of ours. He loves his coffee. And let me tell you what, they are from hot Atlanta and they are stomping on it. Elite senior presidential directors, Ken and Lynn Robinson. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
And you can see me. Well, look, I'm in the car as well. Got a big day here with college basketball, but you know, we I'm talking about my son, not in general, but we have a you know, I was listening to Kyle and Joey, and it's amazing. They kind of stole my thunder. But I'll just go in this route. You know, Steve and Gina and myself and Lynn, we've been knowing each other for a while, but we just worked together for the first time with LifeWave. And you know what's amazing? When I first got started, you know, I'm used to being independent. And some of you guys, I'm gonna relate to what you're going through. And being independent, I didn't plug into what Steve and Gina were doing for probably a month, or more after I got started, because I didn't realize all the infrastructure they had with This Is It team. And I knew what to do, so I just did it. But when I merged and started bringing our people on board and listening to all of these people, all these SPDs I never knew prior to LifeWave. But what's amazing is we all teach the same thing. That should be a hint, clue that what we're doing is called duplication, not innovation. And what I think a lot of one of the biggest issues, and I'm an engineer by education. I'm educated, okay? Educated folks, the more letters you got behind your name, sometimes the worse off you are in network marketing. Why? You're too daggone smart. I was the same way. I wanted to do it my way. I'm like, this is network marketing. This is a home-based business. I'm an electrical engineer. I have my professional registration. I've been through more than any of these guys. And that was my stinking thinking. A lot of y'all are going through that now. And what you got to realize is, there's a lot of smart people on this Zoom. A lot of people that have owned their own business or work the job where they do very, very well, and you have your own ideas. My mentor used to tell me, Ken, because I used to bug him, hey man, let's try this, let's do this. He said, Ken, when you get a great idea, go take a cold shower, okay? Because we have already figured this out. Stop trying, Joey and Kyle, amen. Stop overcomplicating this business. It is simple. You know what the secret to network marketing or the LifeWave is? There is no secret. That's the secret. There is no secret. A lot of us are trying to figure out stuff that doesn't need to be figured out. Okay. So, one of my friends says this all the time. He says, it's not what you say, it's how many times you say it. See, we want to get cute. A lot of us want to get cute, improvise, come up with great ideas. Just follow the leaders. And all of these SPDs, what's amazing is we all so much talent on this team, never worked with any of them, but we're all teaching the same thing. That should be, again, a hint, clue that there's something we're doing is working. See, it's not what works for you. See, I got this guy. I'm gonna give you a story real quick. I got this guy just joined the business, and he has all these great ideas about SMS messaging and funnel systems and all this. I said, whoa, guy. Look. We've already figured this out. Implement all that stuff after you get to FPD. And you can do it for you, and if it duplicates, do it for your team. But we already know what works and what duplicates, okay? So it's not what works for you individually. You might have the gift of gab, but it's what duplicates. That's why Rise Up is so important. A lot of you guys cannot articulate what some of these SPDs are saying. You need to back out, get out of your own way, and allow trainings like this to build your business. I was terrible at doing what I'm doing right now when I first started. Scared to death when I first got involved in this industry. But what I learned how to do is get out of my own way and what I call edify an expert and let them do most of the talking for me. So, and I'll end with this. I'll just end with this. One of the things we have to learn how to do is repetition. One of my mentors, I'm a big football fan, and one of the coaches I admire is Mike Tomlin. He, regardless of if you like his coaching, he's a heck of a leader. And he said something in a press conference last week. I wrote it down, and I'm going to keep saying it to my people. Write this down. Tedious repetition of routine actions makes us great. I'll say that again. Tedious repetition of routine actions makes us great. Now, he said that about his football team. But in business, think about that. Good businesses do the same thing effectively, efficiently, over and over and over. I don't care if you're flipping hamburgers or if you're repairing cars. It's tedious repetition of routine actions makes us successful. God bless you guys, and I'll see you in Vegas.
Yeah. Thank you, Ken. I love that. I love that. Repetition, it really is true. It is spot on, guys. Thank you for being a blessing.
Thank you for sharing. Everybody's wherever they're at on the go. They're taking the time to share with every one of us what it takes to get out of the blocks. I mean, implement every single thing that everybody is saying here, and you are SPD. It's just a matter of getting moving and shaking and making it happen. And by the way, we still have some extra seats. There's about 20 seats left for the in-person VIP seats at Rise Up. So anyone that wants to join, you still can get to that point. You know, maybe your team's all going to be virtual, but maybe you want to come and I just had my friend Merrill Westcott just say, hey, we're coming all the way from South Africa.
Yeah.
We are not going to miss this. Des and I are going to be there, and we're coming from South Africa, where the product, by the way, is 18% more expensive than anywhere else in America, and they're breaking SPDs like popcorn. So you might live in America. I don't know where you live, but you might still want to get around this intimate setting of, you know, about 450 people that are flat fired up, that are making it happen. Many of them,
It's going to be fun.
You know, all the SPDs, everyone is just on fire. So it's going to be wild. It's going to be exciting. And there's going to be not only just the training, but the experience of being around us and a dinner that we're going to have, the private show. It's going to be exciting. So wanted to let you know that we do have that. So there's still time. Just go to thisisitconvention.com and get your tickets.
So, hey, we are super excited to bring up our next couple. Go ahead, bring them up.
Okay, SPDs all the way from New Jersey, building it around the world. Javi and Olga Solis, let's go. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year. What a way to start the new year with the Rise Up convention. I'm so stoked. We're so excited. But you know, the one thing that I want to share with you guys today is that every time I leave a This Is It convention, I have energy. I feel like, oh my gosh, whatever felt stagnant, like I needed to get that reboost in my business. This was it. This is exactly. And Steve and Gina, they really, I mean, the cream of the crop, first class, everything is prestigious. There's nobody else that I would ever want to rock in this business with except for Steve and Gina. But these conventions are invigorating. They're contagious. Have you ever talked to somebody that doesn't even speak the same language as you, and their energy, and they're moving and they're speaking, and you're like, I don't know what they just said, but I want to be with them. And there are people that I know that do that for me, that are here and actually with This Is It. But anyway, why are these events so crucial for your business and for everyone to be tuned in or to be sitting in one of those seats? Is because this is where we grow. Okay, we grew from convention to convention. I remember our very first one over in Orlando. No, Tampa. I'm sorry, Tampa. Excuse me.
First virtual.
Well, that first one, that's right. Number two, the in-person. Our business has always grown. I remember from the first in-person to the next virtual, our business grew 4 times. Guys, I'm not exaggerating. I swear to you, we would stop and look at each other like, how did this happen so quickly? And then the next one to the next one, and here we go. We just keep growing, okay? My tip for every single one of you is I want you all to try to forget and not to get so caught up with the no's, with what people say, the indirects, the little laughs, like, I can't believe you're doing. I want you to try to get yourself out of that, okay? Of thinking that this is important, that what they think is important, it is not. Listen, I'm a girl from New York. I consider my skin to be pretty thick. I could hear a couple of nasty things and I can get through it. But it was hard for me too. So I understand you. This year, 2024, was a shift in my business, in my personal growth, in my life, a shift to say, you know what? It's going to be silence on my ears. It will not affect me anymore. So I want you to get out of your ways and worrying about what other people think of you. Get to rise up, guys. I love you. Thank you, Steve and Gina. I'm giving it to Javi now.
Well, talk about shift. the shift was correct. You know, we told our organization, start your momentum in 2024 going into 2025. Don't wait till 2025 for momentum to happen. You start now. Okay, we built our business from event to event to event. And how grateful are we to know that Steve and Gina put this for us?
Yes.
Okay, did they have to? No, they did not. But you know what? I said to myself, wait a minute, they're going to do this. We're going to take advantage, okay, because they put us in the position to win, and we're going to get many people on to go to Rise Up, as many as we can, in organizations around the world. Here's the deal. What you're going to get when you go to Rise Up, your leadership lid is going to increase. It's going to go up. Number one. Number two, is going to teach you how to become a person that people will say yes to. Okay. Number two. And number three, you're going to hear from every SPD that they're going to contribute nuggets to how they succeeded in their business. We're going to take notes too.
Yes.
Okay. Because we want to elevate our business in 2025 as well. Guys, you change your frame. And that's what's going to happen when you go to Rise Up. It'll change the game of your business. It's just that simple. Change your frame, and it's going to change the game in your business. We look forward to seeing everybody next week. We're coming with the thunder, okay? We look forward to seeing everybody, giving hugs and kisses. Happy New Year. We'll see you guys next week.
Hey, thank you guys so much. What a blessing of knowledge that we just heard from Javi and Olga. And they reminded me of a couple things. We've done this virtual training, so we're not new at this. We've done it twice now since we started in LifeWave, and the company has grown $200 million. That's 200 million 2 years in a row. So this is, and we're the very first one that Olga was talking about. Remember, everyone was SPD, 20 speakers. We went to the middle of the night because we don't mind taking it. We want everyone to, if you're hungry, we're going to be there teaching. And we took it, I don't know how many hours, like 14 hours of training with 23 SPDs. We didn't even, not SPD, senior directors. Nobody was an SPD. There were three. I think the Brennans, Hernandez, and Gina, myself, but all other 20 people that taught were senior directors only, but they had the passion, just like Olga has right here. Now, listen, I love the fact that she captured that attitude, that spirit of, I'm not going to worry what somebody thinks of, but you capture that at these events. That's where your confidence really comes from, especially if you do show up in person, you really get the confidence. But I will say this is virtual and it's going to be exciting. I want to make a quick note to all of you going to be watching virtual. Take this very serious. Get yourself up early. Do what you got to do in your ritual to be ready with your notepad on. Sit to attention. Look sharp. You know, Gene and I could easily wear old ripped up shirts or whatever here we're talking to you today. I don't have any ripped up clothes. Gina doesn't have any of that. Kidding. But I could wear my hoodie or whatever. What I'm trying to get at is that you want to look sharp because your team is going to be searching you. By the way, on these trainings that we're doing right now, we have to we don't have enough staff to keep a looking eye on everyone, hundreds of people on here, what they're doing. So we have to mute the cameras. But on the virtual event that's happening this weekend from Warray Studios, we have a team of people that's going to be watching everybody. So they're going to put the people that are looking sharp. If you're in bed with your hand in the Doritos, you will not be on the main screen, okay? Or if you're in the bathroom, I don't know, whatever. I'm just saying is that we are going to do
some crazy stuff.
We are going to be, but your team is search for you.
Yes, they are.
And it's going to be very interactive. So when we ask you, put something in the chat, we are going to encourage you to do so and to take responsibility because your team is watching you. We're setting you up for success, and they're looking for you.
So we are so excited to bring up our next speaker. And man, Steve and I look up to Danny and Diane McDaniels. These guys are on their game. Their leadership is exceptional. Yeah. And these guys are crushing it. I mean, I know that when they got in, and I know where they are now in the business, I think they're number 3 in the companies. Yeah, right now. Like in the whole entire company, world. They are flying past everyone as if they, are standing still. And we are so proud of these guys. And thank you, Danny, for being a part of today and shining your light and blessing everyone to let them know that Rise Up, they have 6 days left to keep promoting. Thank you. Take it away.
You bet. Thanks so much. And thanks so much for those kind words. And, we're a lot of that just, the credit goes to you guys for putting the structure in and the major events in that we've been able to plug into. So you just really made our role as leaders easy, and we're so grateful for that. And which makes us even excited about this week. You know, we're grateful for that too, because it just takes 2 tons of weight off our shoulders and allows us to do what we do best. And so, guys, we're in exciting times. You know, in 2025, you've got to really adjust your thinking. Let me say this first of all. You know, never trust your future or your fortune to your memory. You know, I believe in hardbound journals. I can't force it down your throat, but 20 years from now, 40 years from now, 50 years from now, your kids and your grandkids, they're not going to be sifting through a flash drive, or they're not going to be looking for an old hard drive of yours. They're not going to be getting on one of your old computers looking for notes. They're going to be able to read all your wisdom, all your notes, all the things that you learned in life as a grandparent. They're going to be able to read it right there in your hardbound journals. So you never trust your future or your fortune to your memory. When you can get nuggets like from Kyle, we work best when we're obsessed. That was crucial for me to take that note. And then he had other notes beyond that I took. Or for Ken to say, tedious repetition of routine actions makes us great. The only reason I could say that is because I wrote it down. I could not have recalled that from 5 minutes ago or 10 minutes ago. What about Olga saying negativity and no's are silence to my ears? Did you catch that? Did you catch that? Or did you just hear it? See, I'm going to learn this concept. Negativity and no's are silence to my ears. You have to write it down for it to really penetrate you. So, that's number one. But I want to challenge you to really analyze short-term versus long-term thinking. If you're going to get into a business like this, you've got to have long-term thinking. Too many people, because network marketing is a very low-risk business where it's a minimal startup. And that's, quite frankly, that's the problem. The problem is there's no risk, because a minimal startup is too easy to get involved and then quit in 3 weeks or quit in 3 months because you didn't make millions. Whereas, you start a franchise and you pay a $25,000 to $50,000 franchise fee just to get the name. Then you spend anywhere from $100,000 to $6 million to be able to open up your doors and take 40 hours of some kind of classes or 8 weeks worth of classes. And then you have to have anywhere from 100 to 800 hours of on-the-job training. But you do it because you have this massive investment. And so you have a long-term thinking. You're gonna get out of the red and in the black in 2 years, maybe, if you work hard. Well, here you have such there's such a minimal investment that you have to still see it that way. You have to see the payoff. You're out of the red and in the black in no time. So now you just got to see that if I work this business methodically over time, and I see this as a long-term play for me, here's what it can do for me. So that's what you have to weigh out. And you have to look at things in life. Like right now, if you knew about a certain stock, just take a stock on the Security and Exchange Commission, and you knew that it was going to grow by 50% this year without a doubt, and it was guaranteed. You would put lots of money into that. If someone came and told me that today, I'd put 100 grand into that stock today, because it's going to grow by 50% over the year. Or if someone brought you an investment and that you knew that investment guaranteed was going to double or triple over the next year, you'd put everything you could into that investment. Well, what about a company that's grown by over 3,000% since 2018? What about a company that's been on a meteoric rise since 2018? What about a company that's gone from a $20 million company in revenue to over $600 million in 4 years? See, when you start analyzing business the way you should be looking at business, going, this company is performing on levels that would cause me, if I were an investor, and we are not in this, this is not securities and exchange. This is not the securities business, but just think from a mentality standpoint. If you look at this thing the way you should be looking at it, you're looking at a company that's on a meteoric rise in growth. You have an opportunity to capture market share dollars in that meteoric rise if you go to work and you see this with some long-term thinking. Because if they're paying 60 cents on the dollar for every dollar revenue, just think if LifeWave did 600 million last year, well, 60 cents on the dollar goes back to the distributor base. Well, that's $360 million that brand partners got paid out in 2024. So if it goes to, let's just say 800 million, and Lord willing, 800 million. Well, let's just go $1 billion. just to just say, Lord willing, hypothetically it hits $1 billion. You go to $1 billion, well, that's 600 million in revenue back to the distributor base. Who does that go back to? The people that see this with a long-term vision. The people that see, hey, I can capture part of $600 million of market share dollars that can be paid to me by an owner of a company who's generous enough to pay 60 cents on the dollar for me going to work and me changing people's lives. So now how do you do it? Well, it's not about all the how-tos. The how-tos are in the system. The system is there, the tools are there. And today's not about like us teaching you 50 different things on how the system works. That's there in this is a copy and paste. You watch the videos and you get it. Just like Steve was saying at the beginning, watch Kerry Robertson, see the magic of Kerry Robertson's training 2 weeks ago, watch the videos. The how-tos are there. But what you have to understand is this: the number one rule in any business or endeavor is to get people to the major events. That's the number one rule in this industry. Get people to the major events. That means get you and your people to the major events. So you've got to work hard over the next 7 days, 5 to 7 days, to get people to this virtual event, to lock into it. Like Steve was saying, he gave you, the necessities for that, how to lock into that. And so that's the number one rule. And then what are you looking for in this long-term thing? I'm going to tell you one story to end it so that I don't get too long. I'm going to tell you a story of my sponsor from this industry when my wife and I got in 28 years ago. My sponsor tried to recruit me for over a year, and he tried to recruit me with product. And I was a Chinese buffet eating Dr. Pepper drinking machine. And I didn't care about nutrition. I didn't believe in vitamins. I didn't think they worked. I just heard they didn't even dissolve. And so I was a head football coach, and this parent kept recruiting me kept giving me samples of products. About every 2 or 3 months, he'd give me a magazine of the company. He'd give me more samples, things to try, tell me stories, and I wasn't interested in anything. And so this guy was about to quit the business because he wasn't making the kind of money after a year that he wanted to make. He was making $300 to $400 a month, and his sponsor was making $11,000 a month, and the leader above him was making $18,000 a month, and so he was discouraged and he was going to quit. And so his sponsor, who was making $11,000 a month, talked him into going to one more event, the convention, the company convention that was 3 times a year, and so he went to that convention, and you know what? He came out of that convention, and on February the 13th or 14th of 1997, he walked out of that convention with one golden nugget. That's all he got, one golden nugget. And you know what that one golden nugget did? It caused him to come to my field house and tell me and package his story properly. And that one golden nugget got me in this business. That one golden nugget finally got me to see, because I wasn't looking for products. I was looking for income. And what he spoke to me was about the opportunity. And I went, what? Tell me more. And that got me in this business, changed his life forever, changed me and my wife's life forever. It's the one golden nugget for a guy that was about to quit. Get you and your people to the major event. And the last thing I'll leave you with is a golden nugget. The one who tells the story the most, the person who tells the story the most wins the age. So you just got to be a professional storyteller, and you got to tell the story more and more and more and more to win the age. So Steve and Gina, thanks for having me on. It's going to be a great week next week, and we're looking forward to it.
Thanks, Danny.
Yes, thank you. That was incredible. What a blessing.
Praise the Lord that your sponsor, your friend, went to that convention and had the knowledge to get you started, because all of us are being blessed because of your, your gift to coach, to teach, to encourage, to push people. I mean, that's a lot that you need to learn and implement. Everyone needs to do the same thing that you're learning from everybody. And we all can do that. We're not grabbing jackhammers, and we're not doing huge construction jobs here. This is just talking to people and having the attitude, like Olga said, get past your fears, like Shannon was talking about as well, and moving on. But thank you so much for that inspiration. And I love the fact that he spoke about the number one. He's saying the same thing that I just mentioned to you earlier, that if they cornered me and Danny and they said, hey, what's the number one most, sometimes you got to have a number one. The number one is, not only do you have to attend the major event, because there's not one person that hit the highest rank on our team, and any time I've ever been in this business that didn't go to a major event, but you also got to get the concept of being a promoter. You've got to learn to promote. You think at first that you're just talking about wellness or money. No, you're talking about, you got to get the people to see it like his friends saw it. When he saw it, unstoppable. They always say leaders are created at big events. What I love about this virtual event, when Danny says you only got 7 days, is you don't have to get an airline ticket. You don't have to get a hotel room. You just have to get your team in that seat. And the more people you have there, does this make sense? The more people you have there, the less you have to go try to train them. And remember, just like Ken said, somebody different is going to relate to Ken than myself. So you are going to try to talk to your team and try to explain to them what was said. But if they didn't hear it personally from the person they needed to hear it from, they're not going to have they're not going to see the light like Danny was talking about. So don't underestimate. I mean, you got an entire week pretty much to just go all out. And that's the number one thing that you should do. He just said the number one rule. So if you want yourself to be duplicated, you got to do whatever you can do. And maybe Mike will touch on it, if it's the difference between signing up and coming or attending virtually the event. I'm going to set that up for Mike because I know he loves talking about that. And this is one of my great friends, came from, I didn't know his circumstance when I first met him, but I never look at that with people. I look at people, and if they're hungry, kind of what Danny was saying, if they want something more and they're coachable, teachable, and they want it, I'm all in with that person. So I am so proud of Mike and Sai for being those kind of people that, they didn't have to tell me where they were at, this and that. I just could see their heart. They wanted it to go. Yeah. And I will say this much, Danny, when I first met Mike, he made me tell him how much I was making, and he made me show him. I had to go in my back office and show him. And that was the light that, even though he didn't start off like he knew everything, he wasn't letting off. It was like a dog on a bone. He was not letting off it because he saw the potential. So don't hesitate. That's why I keep telling people, hey, show them everything. Lead with the technology, but get to the money, because you don't know what anyone's praying for. And I'm finding out more people are praying for the money than they are for their health. They will get healthy when they have the freedom and the time. So Mike and Sai, we're proud of you. Elite senior presidential directors. Take it away, my friend.
Thank you so much. Let me set my clock right here. First of all, Happy New Year, everybody. Second of all, thank you, Steve and Gina, for everything you guys do. Guys, let me tell you something. I was just thinking about this while I was taking a shower today. I can't hold a candle to these guys. I consider myself obsessed. I consider myself driven. I consider myself self-motivated. I can't hold a candle to these guys' type of leadership. No. I am totally just blown away by them and extremely grateful. So, guys, Happy New Year. Happy to be here. I'm just glad all the distraction is over. I've been so anxious to get past the Christmas and the New Year's. For us, that's all that is distraction. I don't believe in Christmas. That's a whole nother topic. I believe in Christ. I don't believe in Christmas. We didn't give any gifts, anything like that. The gift we have, we give daily, which is an opportunity to change your life. But guys, listen, I love what Danny said. Look, I'm here. I've been taking notes, right? And look, I'm not even kidding. I'm a high school dropout. Ken spoke about tedious repetition of routine. Actions makes you great. I don't even know how to spell tedious. So no, but I can read it. I know what I meant to say there, right? So, but I love what Danny said. Guys, you hear a lot of what we say, but you don't always capture it. And I remember the day that I went from hearing it for 2 years to capturing the moment that Gina set me down and gave me that one-on-one tough love. And I love tough love because it's what I'm used to. Can't sugarcoat stuff, guys. When you're looking to get your kids to where you know they can be, you don't sugarcoat it. You're bare, you're raw, you're sincere, right? You come from the heart. Guys, and this is how we talk to you, and this is how you need to talk to yourself before you can give it to others. So just a couple things. My God, I have so many notes here, and already 2 minutes have been gone. So, number one, 2025, the year to rise up. And when I talk about rise up, and I love Gina's just, she's definitely led by the Holy Spirit. But when I talk about rise up, Guys, this is the year you need to, again, get serious. No more. I don't believe in this New Year's resolution. Right now, I'm upset because I go to the gym and for the next 2-3 weeks, it's extremely packed. I can't wait for that to get by too, because only the people who are serious and understand that it's not a resolution, it's a lifestyle, right? Exactly. But it's the year to really get serious about rising up physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. Get serious, have a serious conversation with yourself. I'm talking about, again, that raw love. You can be your biggest asset or you will be your biggest liability. You heard what they had to say about liability. You will either cost yourself time, cost yourself money, frustration, setbacks, or you will be your own driving force. But you need to learn how to stay motivated, engaged, driven. And before you learn to lead others, you need to learn to lead yourself. So this is, again, what you need to receive, what you need to apply, right? And you will learn to do it for others. You can't do for others what you can't do for yourself. You can't give what you don't have, right? But lead before you can lead others, right? So passion produces faith, faith produces power, and faith with no work is dead, right? So guys, it all starts with rise up, all right? You don't know what you don't know, all right? These little nuggets that you capture is what makes the entire difference. I remember going to this events for for the first couple of years, and what you're looking for is this big thing. But again, it's like Danny said, are you capturing the little nuggets that everyone is saying? Kyle, be obsessed, be bold. Todd and Shannon, she said, control the inner voice. I'm always talking about that. But guys, do you pick it up? Are you absorbing that? But I don't want to. I wanted to give you time.
I just want to keep it simple, because bottom line, you have to be and rise up. What I wrote down over here is be the leader you want to have in your team. And the way to be the leader you want to have in your team starts by engaging, by going to these conventions, because your team is going to see what you're doing. And that's a place where you're going to get everybody together. You might see on Saturday, or you might see Joe and Kyle. You might see one Saturday, Javi and Olga, but that's an opportunity for you to have all of them, and you have your team there, so that whatever nugget each one of them that they can relate to, they get it at one shot. That's what it's good for. We get nuggets all the time, but like they said, we had our Spanish team from Puerto Rico. Some of them weren't going. They were not going physically. We did a meeting there on December 18th, I believe it was. And we had some people that got so fired up. They're like, no, we have to go. We didn't have money, but we're going to make no excuses. They got together, a group of 4. They're going to go. They figured it out, guys. When you want to do it, it's no mercy. You're going to figure it out. Steve has seen us in the times you saw. He told you, he didn't know that what the situation we were in. We could not afford to buy the product that we bought. We could not afford to be in these events, but you know what we did? We didn't tell nobody that. We sold jewelry. We ponded things that we will get out. Eventually we will get it again, or whatever happened, but we invested in ourselves.
We couldn't afford not to go. That's what we couldn't afford.
And you know what? We became the biggest promoters, because the biggest promoters of Zooms, the biggest promoters of the conventions, the biggest promoters are the winners. We've learned that from Steve and Gina, and that's what you need to become in this business to have success.
So guys, we will see you at Rise Up. And the last thing I'm going to say about Rise Up is this. If you're not going in person, don't make the mistake about, hey, getting 100 people to your house and making it a party, because I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a lot of distractions, and that's okay. I shouldn't say don't do that. Do that, but make sure that every single individual has signed up individually. Why? Because now you have access to this video, to these recordings for the next, I think, 40, 45 days. And that's where the magic happens. Going back, I am an advocate. Anyway, that's all I want to say. We went over our time.
We love you guys. See you and Rise Up.
No problem. Amazing. Thank you. You guys are always on your game. I love how you just bless everyone, and that what this business and this industry has given you. You are so passionate and maniacs to have everyone get the same thing, the same results you got. Guys, we're going to do a quick photo. So
we have to do another one.
Put your smile on.
Wait, shoot me again. Kendall's on now. Wait, Matt and Kim are on now.
Wait. Oh my goodness. Okay. Jeez. Okay, Nate, thank you so much. You can put that in the group text so everybody can make a post and really promote Rise Up, guys. Listen, what incredible from each one of you guys. I just want to go over a quick few things real quick. Remember, this is a virtual convention. If you do not look appropriate, you are picking your nose. You got your hand in the Dorito bag 24/7. You will not be on the back screen. So I just want you to be prepared.
Yeah.
If you've got to do some meal prepping, I know this is really ridiculous. Go to the store, buy some stuff that's already prepped or make it yourself, but be ready. Be on your game. You don't want to miss. Just like I love Danny, how he said if he didn't write that down, he wouldn't have remembered it.
Right.
So you can't be like running off to go make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or whatever you're making. Mike waving his notes. Guys, I'm taking notes. We are not full of ourselves, all of us leaders. We're learning from each other. This is just such a game changer. And the unity that we have is phenomenal. Guys, this is your year to make a difference, but you got to get your head in the game. You got to get a babysitter if you got little kids. You got to be ready. Go to the bathroom before the Zoom time. You got to sit there. You got to be ready on your game. I got a couple little notes here. Listen, be prepared. Have a notebook. Have a pen. I know this is really ridiculous. Go to the bathroom before the Zoom starts. Turn your cell phone off. Get a babysitter. Set aside the weekend. Yes, set aside the weekend. Guys, we are going to be nonstop. So don't tell me you're tired because I've been up. I have worked this convention, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and we haven't even, I barely had a holiday. We have been nonstop because we want it to be exceptional for each one of you. I'm not complaining. I am blessed. I am honored. I am so flat fired up and excited where we're going to take you in 2025. You wait to see what we are launching. It will give you goosebumps. You will be more on fire knowing you are on the right team at the right place at the right time. Your team is going to be hunting for you. And remember, if you're on stage or you're at the event, sitting at the event, when the camera swings around, if you look like this, that's your picture. I want to be like, I'm not exaggerating because, I have people complaining about their photos. So you just have to be on your game. The convention at the event is business attire the entire time. Just don't wear any big name brands on your shirt. Just look sharp. Come on.
The virtual.
On the virtual. Be dress appropriate. People are looking at you. You want to be a magnet. I'm not going to wear something, slutty, because I want to bring in nice families, good people that trust me, that know me. So I'm going to be dressing professional, looking sharp because I want to be a magnet to change people's lives like never before in 2025. I want everybody to be on their game. So just remember that if you're not looking appropriate and you see yourself on the back screen and all of a sudden, boom, you're gone. Well, you did something that my team that I hired, that I'm paying a lot of money for, didn't like what you were doing. So anyways, this is going to be bigger than ever. Of course, we have a dinner and a show for those of you who are coming live. And the dinner and the show is cocktail attire. Everything else is business attire. Of course, you don't have to wear a coat. You don't have to wear a tie. I put business attire because it's a big flexibility. You can wear a pantsuit, you can wear a dress, whatever you want, but look sharp. I just want you to know that this is going to be bigger than you could ever imagine, and do not take it lightly. Yeah. You will regret not pushing it down someone's throat.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. That's how passionate we are. You will regret that you did not push this down their throat. You'll regret that you didn't purchase them a ticket. I'm telling you, if there's a 45-day replay for every single person. You will not be able to share your link. You will not be able to share. This is a different studio. This is secure. So one link goes to one person and it will not be shareable. the person that bought the ticket will be kicked off if they share their information. It's just the way it is. We have to keep it secure because people are paying a lot of money to come and live, and they're paying a lot of money to either rent a building and fill it up with their team. So we got to be serious about it, guys. We're so excited, but let me tell you what, we have 6 days to push through like you've never pushed. It's what is it, 155? Come on. That's nothing. I know some people say, well, that's a lot. Well, you know what? Put it on your credit card and then let's get to work, because before your bill comes in, we'll have that 155 paid off on that credit card. No excuse. Push it down their throat. This is way too big. You don't want them to miss this opportunity, because it could be one nugget, like Danny said, how he took on in his notebook, and Mike's got notes. All the leaders have notes. It could be the one nugget that shifts their business.
So I think everybody just rocketed, including Gina right now. You could see how she must have talked to Mike and Sai, and they got it. But it's important. You know, it's important for everyone to know, because once January 11th is over with, it's too late to promote the event. You've missed your opportunity, and this is a huge opportunity for every single one of you. So we want to make sure that you understand how impactful this is going to be.
Yeah.
David Schmidt can't stop talking about it. You heard him even a couple weeks ago when he was on. Meredith can't stop talking to us about it. Geraldo Durali, the vice president of marketing, Wayne Moorhead, can't stop talking about it. And if anyone knows Stuart Johnson, who's one of the most influential people in all of network marketing, I'll give you a heads up. He's begging, can I please come back? He's never spoken at a team event or a corporate event, and he's going to be in person live at Rise Up. And he can't wait to come and share some more information that he's got with going on. And I know Kyle is watching. He knows Stuart. And that's incredible that we got people like this that want to come and be around what's about to happen. So, you've got the virtual. Nobody has to. What I love about this, some of you old timers that have been around for a while with me, we only had in-person events. So they always, up to the very last minute, had to get a hotel room and had to get an airline ticket. What I love about this virtual is that all the way up to the time it starts, you don't have to get a hotel or airline ticket. They can get that virtual ticket. So we've got plenty of time. By the way, 600 people bought their tickets last January, the day before the event. Now, let me help you on something. I love the fact that they got there, but I want to just give you a heads up. You missed what these leaders said because they were there watching it by themselves. This is not like a Tony Robbins motivate you this is for your team to learn how to build their franchise, build their organization. That's what this is for. So this is a different animal than maybe you've ever heard in business. This is for you to leverage yourself and duplicate yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to miss it. That's why we're saying those who have the most people, I forgot who said it. Somebody on here said it right off the bat, that Kim said it. The more people you've got here, the faster your business is going to grow early in 2025, because it's a known fact. Can you imagine trying to call 20 people, 100 people and explain what you just got taught? It's better if they're there learning and on their game. And again, it's great that you have a party at your house, but think a little bit bigger. We're thinking Australia. We're thinking Korea, because we're translating this in Korean. We're translating it in Polish. We're translating in Russian, in Spanish. And right now, the Russian team has got more people sponsored and signed up, enrolled.
The virtual.
Except for the English, of course, than any of the other languages. So I'm trying to challenge all the other languages. Let's go, Spanish. Let's go, because we're laying this all out for you so that you really can get real time. We hired the best translators, real time happening. It's going to happen in person and live. So whatever way you want to show up, it's going to be wild. But I'm so appreciated to be teamed up with all these leaders. You can see they're on their game, their focus. It's going to be wild. It's going to be important, and it's going to be impactful.
So, hey guys, one thing that when you're out there and you're talking to people, we don't watch a lot of TV, but if there is a movie you put on and they don't say, this is it, I'm telling you, it is a God blessing that we named our team This Is It. Because every time you share this business and you talk about this is it, or this is it info, or this is it team, and the person maybe is just not Trust me, you're rattling their brain every time they turn that TV on and someone says, this is it.
Yeah.
It's just, it comes out so
Yeah.
natural. I was sitting there saying this morning, like, what a blessing. God gave us the team name. This is it. Because when you're sharing, you are haunting these people. They're going to get in because they're going to hear, this is it.
Hey, thanks again, everybody, for sharing. We had some other things to share, but you know, this week, Monday, is going to be wild. We've got the barbells that are going to rock it, both 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Then we have Brooke Robinson
on Wednesday at 8 p.m.
And then everyone's going to be showing up. Again, Thursday, the people that are attending, there's nothing planned for Thursday, but Friday we start with registration. Practice is at 11 o'clock for the speakers. So there's going to be a lot of stuff happening. That's why it's good if you got there a little bit early. But lights, camera, action start at 2 o'clock, which is Pacific Standard Time. And that's what's going to be happening, which is 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is perfect because everybody's off work and we go time and we take it into the evening like we always do. It's going to be a blast. We're so excited about what's about to happen. And we know that you're not going to take it lightly because of what you just heard from these leaders tonight.
So this is a great video for you. Within an hour, this will be uploaded on the YouTube. Grab it and share it so you can get your people enrolled for the Rise Up convention and they don't get left behind and miss out in the blessing of 2025 that we're about to hear. Guys, we got a video that we're going to play real quick and we are off, guys. What a blessing. God bless each one of you. Have a fantastic day. And again, Happy New Year. Remember,
this is it. Lifeway's fastest growing team is doing it again, and they're excited to help you achieve the dreams that you've got for your family. We'll be kicking off the new year streaming live from Las Vegas.
The best way for you to promote your business and duplicate yourself is by promoting the Rise Up virtual convention and get everybody on.
Don't miss it. It's time to rise up.
Rise Up is going to take your business to the next level. Let's go.
Are you ready to rise up?
Register today.
This is it, team.
Are you ready to rise up?
Are you ready?
The Rise Up.
Yeah.